Hi guys, it's Mark here again from MAZ Gaming. Thanks for watching another video. So today we've got a very special video. So I have mentioned before that we had two videos at EGX that were kind of super secret. This is one of them. So thank you so much to the guys at SEGA Europe who helped organise this. But basically we managed to get an interview with Pete from Creative Assembly. Now he is one of the main guys behind some of the latest Total War games. I think he said he's been there since Rome Total War 2. You know, we are massively privileged to be speaking to him. As far as I know, he didn't speak to anyone else at EGX, just ourselves, and we was obviously chatting about the brand new game that has been announced, which is Total War 3 Kingdoms. So if anyone hasn't seen that, it's set in the 3 Kingdoms period of China. So anyone who's played games like Dynasty Warriors, you know, it's essentially that kind of era. So, you know, lots of kind of sword battles, cavalry, you know, lots of spears and polearms, and you know, all the rest of the kind of stuff that you'd expect from that particular era. But imagine that scaled up to a Total War full game with the, you know, like the entire map of that kind of that area of China, and you can imagine how amazing that's going to be. So I was very happy to be able to play the demo at EGX. I had to go about 2 or 3 times. I beat it once. And it was kind of an ambush scenario, so it was quite cool to start thinking about the tactics of, you know, probably what the guys might have done back in the day in China, and kind of use the troops that I had available to kind of do some of the manoeuvres that I'd seen on other games and that I knew from history. And I honestly massively enjoyed it. So I'm not going to say too much. Obviously, we'll head on over to the actual interview, and I'm going to let Pete tell you all about the brand new game, and I really hope you enjoy it. So cheers. Hi guys, so we're here today with Pete from Creative Assembly. So obviously thanks for being here.
Absolute pleasure.
So just very keen to have a chat with you about Total War 3 Kingdoms, which I managed to have a play on yesterday, on the day before. So I've already completed that EGX demo several times. It is amazing. So just really wanted to pick your brains a little bit about, you know, kind of how you guys came up with the idea to go for the 3 Kingdoms period, because obviously you guys have done a spread of history and then a spread of fantasy with Warhammer as well. So yeah, so, you know, what was the decision behind that like?
Well, it's a thing that's been on our minds for a long time, like both internally we've all thought that 3 Kingdoms is a great period of history to investigate and explore, and then our fans as well on the forums and Reddit, etc. have also been saying it would be great. And when we looked at the scope of it, it kind of hit all the points we wanted it to hit. So like you have this massive sort of era-changing conflict where like 30-40 million people died over the scope of it. So in terms of Total War, that's great. Yeah. I mean, in terms of human cost, it's not so great. But in terms of what we want to achieve with a game about warfare, that's great. Also, like it's different from what we've done before. It's not in Europe, it's not in America, so you've got this new exciting place to explore that maybe a lot of people haven't seen before. And also we have the point that we're pushing quite a lot is like these very strong, dynamic characters that even in both romance and in the historical novels, like reality and the fantasy of it, if you will, are both like larger in life and sort of change the era. We wanted to explore how you mess with characters a bit more than we have in previous Total War titles.
Oh, nice. And so in terms of the actual research on this, because I mean all the games are unbelievably detailed, especially something as vast as the 3 Kingdom period.
Yeah.
Whose poor job was it to have to dig through and everything to kind of ensure that everything is minutely, you know, kind of correct?
No, there's a lot of us. Like it's not just me. The designers put a massive amount of time into their research. We put a lot of time into our research as writers and narrative designers to make sure that everything is okay. But on top of that, above us all, we have a consultant called Rafe Crispney. He's like a premier authority, like an academic on ancient China, like so he knows his stuff. He's been doing it for decades. So we send stuff back and forth with him, asking is this correct? Are we quite right with this? Can send us back saying maybe this, maybe not that, and altering. But before we even do send stuff off to him, we have all the books. We have all the books like other academics and other sort of scholars and little tidbits and pieces and stuff, and we just pore over those, find the details, check that they're right. But you're right, it's quite a laborious process. But like you say, authenticity is what we strive for all the time. So we got to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And in terms of this game, is there anything which you know, that period in particular kind of threw up that was different to anything you've done before, and you was kind of like, okay, we need to adapt the dynamics or adapt the way that we run Total War to make this more...
Well, fundamentally, I think you're going to get Total War.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be new and exciting and different, but ultimately it's turn-based, 2 separate modes, campaign battle. there's two different ways of approaching it, which are a bit different with the classic mode and the romance mode. So in classic mode you'll be very sort of strictly historical Total War. So in battle you're generally a bodyguard unit and they'll be powerful but they'll be overpowerful. Then your romance mode you have it where they're way larger than life, they can use special abilities and like really be battlefield defining characters. And so that's a way in which we've shifted the campaign one way and then the other. Another way is that we've been focusing on our characters, and although you have powerful characters in history in previous Total War titles like Napoleon or Attila, in this one they sort of define the whole campaign. So you'll have sort of like Liu Bei's faction, you'll have the Cao Cao's faction, you'll have and my man's girlfriend. But these guys will like you choose your character at the beginning rather than choosing your faction.
Right.
So and you'll be going through as this faction for the entire game. And sure they may die ups and downs of their character relationships, but the way that they interact with the campaign, with their faction, with other people in their faction is a thing that sort of drives how your campaign progresses as much as building technologies, units, all that kind of stuff. So that's the way we sort of developing a sort of different branch to Total War this time.
Yeah, definitely. And have you had a chance to kind of gauge the reaction from people here so far? Because I mean, everyone I've spoken to have been nothing but overwhelmingly positive about the demos and all this.
The feedback from like the show floors, places like here and at Gamescom and stuff like that has been like overwhelmingly positive.
Yeah.
Like you say, it's always fun. Like even if we don't get direct feedback from people, like they don't tell us what they thought. It's always been interesting to kind of observe them as they play and see what they do, what they don't do, and we're like, oh, they didn't use that button, or they didn't use this button, they're not using this feature. Maybe we can adapt it so that they can in the future, and that kind of thing. I don't have any specific examples, but yeah, we're always sort of like observing what they do, and then obviously we have feedback from people who watch our videos, and obviously comment sections and forums and stuff, and sort of try and adapt what we read into how the game might play better.
Cool. And in terms of just Total War generally as a series, it's one of my favourite series ever. I've literally been playing since the first game, and that unbelievable. And that was on the oldest kind of rubbishest computer in the world. But you know, like, even then, I managed to kind of.
I had to upgrade my computer to play Shogun.
Oh, really?
Back in the day.
But so, I mean, have you got a favourite throughout the series? Is there anyone that kind of sticks out for you as the one that you play the most? Or the one
I've been working at series since Rome 2, so most of my favourite Total Wars are pre-Rome 2 because I've been super invested in making them. So Shogun 2 is a big highlight. Fall Samurai for me is like a massive highlight. Like I loved it so much. Before that, we're talking either Napoleon or we're talking Shogun 1.
Nice.
Shogun 1 maybe because I've got my nostalgia goggles on, but I put something out of that game. It's almost irresponsible. Yeah. So yeah, one of those.
Oh, cool. So for me, so I would have always said Empire Total War, and then when Warhammer Total War came out, I was like, this is incredible. Because I played Warhammer when I was like 12, but I've still kind of because it's the era that's still relevant to the kind of when I played. So like all the characters are the ones that I played. So for me, it kind of came out. I was like, oh my god, this is two things I absolutely love. And it's quite funny actually because some of my mates who aren't really massively into games but were into Warhammer actually play Total War based on the fact that
we found that quite a lot. Warhammer fans come in and play it. Oh, this is really authentic, really like true to the tabletop. Like, great. My brother was really into 40k when he was younger, and I was like, I've got some good news and some bad news. He was like, one, we're making a Warhammer game. Like, great. And the bad news is it's not 40k. He was like, oh no.
Because I mean, even my best friend actually, he hadn't played Total War since pretty much like the Shogun times. And he actually sent me the trailer as soon as it released for Warhammer, going, "Oh my god, I'm totally getting Warhammer." So I was like, "There we go." So
that's really good to hear.
And in terms of the latest game, have you got a particular faction that you kind of feel is kind of your favourite? Have you got something
in the kingdoms? Probably Cao Cao's faction. I like the sort of Machiavellian sort of wise, always thinking, calculating, things. It's the kind of thing you think, oh, I'm like that. I'm not really, obviously, but I think you respect that in people. But one thing that we noticed and we really like about the dynamics of the three main factions, so you have Cao Cao, you have Liu Bei, and you have Sun Jian, that's the guy you can think of. Like, they focus very differently. Like Cao Cao is like duty, Liu Bei is like fraternity, and Sun Jian is like family. And then the way that their campaigns evolve and their dynamics within their gameplay mechanics within those factions changes. So it's not just kind of going, she's that guy, and then you have like the same Total War experience. Each guy brings like a different dynamic to how you're doing it.
Oh, nice. And have you played games before that have been set around the three kingdoms? Because I know obviously there's been a few.
I mean, myself and the whole team, sort of, there's the Romance of the Three Kingdoms strategy games,
Yes.
there's the Koei games, there's even Dynasty Warriors, which are great, but maybe slightly more on the not quite historically accurate
Of course, yeah.
side of things, but they're really good. All of them are really good as sort of like jumping off points.
Yeah.
So you see what people like, what people don't like, how. Like something like the Romance of the Three Kingdoms teams treat the historical authenticity with such reverence,
Yes.
like to a level of depth that is almost like bewildering. So they're really great to sort of use as reference to as much as books are as well. So you kind of got to respect the fact that there are like a canon of games behind you that treat this subject matter. So, and then we're just hoping we can make that mind the situation as well.
Yeah, definitely. And is there anything? I mean, I'm not sure whether this is fun at all, but I mean, are you guys planning on doing any kind of launch specifically? Like a big event in China at all? You know, to kind of push it out there? Or is
I don't know any plans about that, and if I did, I probably could.
Okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, that's fair enough.
Who knows?
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool. Well, honestly, massively appreciate you kind of giving us a few minutes of your time to have a chat about this. Honestly, I can't wait to get my hands on the game properly. So, in terms of a release date, we're looking at early next year-ish.
Spring 2019.
Yeah, fantastic. And is it going to be on Mac as well? Do we know so far?
So far, it's just released on PC,
Yeah.
and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah, fantastic, brilliant. Well, obviously, everyone keep your eyes on that, and obviously, thanks to you guys. I really appreciate it.
Absolute pleasure.
Yeah, we'll see you soon. Cheers. So I've actually got some further news, because since that interview took place, we've actually had a launch date for Total War 3 Kingdoms. So the launch date is actually the 7th of March 2019, and as a massive incentive for everyone out there. So if you pre-order now, you'll actually get a brand new army, a brand new faction unlocked, and that is like an early access faction. So only early adopters to the game will actually be able to use these guys, and that is the Yellow Turban Rebellion faction. So again, anyone that's ever played a game of this era, you know how important they are to the kind of grand story of China in that time. So like I say, head on over to Steam, do get your pre-orders in. I've already pre-ordered mine, I've already unlocked mine, so obviously you won't get to play it right now, but as soon as the game actually does unlock on the 7th of March, you will have an extra army that other people don't have, which is really, really cool. And I know that there's also going to be a collector's edition of the game, and a few other special features coming out as well between now and launch, so obviously keep your eye out for that. A huge thank you once again to the guys at SEGA, to Pete from Creative Assembly. Massively appreciate your time, guys, and we really can't say thank you enough. Lastly, obviously, please do subscribe if you haven't already, guys. We've broke 1,000 subscribers a little while ago, slowly pushing on towards towards 2,000, and I do mean slowly. I think we've got about 1,050 or something at the time of recording. And lastly, if you do love the channel, if you are enjoying the content, please do check us out on Patreon as well. That is MAZ Gaming UK on Patreon. I'll put a link down below. We really appreciate all the new patrons recently, and it does massively help us now. Just kind of keep these videos going on a more regular basis. So thanks again to everyone for watching. More special announcements coming up from EGX, more interviews that were set up with very amazing people from across the gaming industry to come. So please do keep your eye out, and we will speak to you all very soon. Cheers.